Hello everyone and welcome to NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver Thoughts and Review for a pay-per-view. I am Slim. Let's get straight into this. We've got a lot to talk about. Obviously we're going to start on night one. We'll start on the pre-show. Zoe Stark taking on Toni Storm. Pretty good match, to be honest. It wasn't the worst thing. Not that there was anything bad on night one. You could nearly say it was the worst match of the show, but it was still 3.25 stars. Like, it wasn't bad at all. Yeah, Zoe Stark won. Pretty good match. Point for me. I walked in as champion too, I should mention that. Yeah, we then kicked off the main show with probably the match that I was looking forward to the most. Pete Dunne and Kushida. Ooh, really good. Really, really good. Probably 4.25 stars, I reckon. I enjoyed it a lot. Pete Dunne won, which he should have, because obviously we're pushing him in the main event scene. Kushida's just sort of sitting around going, I'm really good at the wrestling here. So yeah, another point for me. Yeah, really good though. We then got the 6-man gauntlet eliminator match, where the entry of participants was Leon Ruff, then Isaiah Swerve Scott, then Bronson Reed, then Cameron Grimes, then Dexter Lumis, then LA Knight. This one I actually did get wrong. It was probably a 3.5 star match, if I'm being honest. It started off with Leon Ruff coming out and Swerve Scott ambushing him. But yeah, it was just a lot of fighting, and eventually everyone was in the ring. Leon Ruff was eliminated first. But yeah, lots of stuff happened. In the end though, Bronson Reed won, and he's taking on Gargano on night 2, and we will get to that when we get to night 2. But yeah, no, it was a good match. I picked Lumis, but Reed won. Whatever. We then got the UK Championship match, Volta versus Ciampa. Another really good match here, probably 4.25 stars as well. Volta won, which he should have, because Ciampa's not from the UK. However, I think that the logical next part of this story is Thatcher versus Volta. And I think that this might turn into one of them things where it's like, he didn't quite get the job done, and if you can't beat them, join them. Thatcher will turn on Ciampa and join Imperium. But we'll get to that in the future. But yeah, really good match there. We move on to the triple threat tag team match for the vacant NXT Tag Team Championships. GYV versus Legado versus MSK. Really, really good match here. Probably, I'm not sure what the match of the night was, to be honest. I'll give it 4.25 stars just so that the 3 matches that I can't work out which one was better all have the same star ratings. Otherwise, it's pretty pointless me saying they were all as good as each other, but this one was better. But I'm not sure if it was or not. So yeah, 4.25 stars for this one. MSK won, which they should have, because I guess that the original plan was for MSK to take on Oni and Danny here, in which case they would have won, obviously. But yeah, injuries and all that led to this match, and MSK won, which they should have. I should also mention by this point I've got pretty much all of them right except for the gauntlet match. And I've also got the main event right, because the main event is Io defending against Raquel Gonzalez unsuccessfully. This match was good. I'll give it a 3.25 rating. Wasn't anything special. I don't want to say this, but Io's not that good, is she? Like, she's alright. She's entertaining, but I don't care about her matches. She sort of jumps off high things and it's like, oh wow, and then the rest of it's just sort of like, whatever. It's sort of the pace. Oh shit. The pace is what gets, like, what drags it down, I reckon. So, yeah. I don't know. I felt like this was... It had to main event the show, I know, but... It shouldn't have. I think that if you were to main event the show, you main event it with that UK Championship match. That would have been great. If you had a spot where these two matches were, night one would have been amazing. But it just sort of left you with just sort of a... that was good, but compared to what we saw, like even in the last match, it could have been so much better. Overall, night one will get 3 3/4 stars, I reckon. Just because the main event being the main event dragged it down. As a show, obviously it would have been higher if Volta and Ciampa finished it. You can even finish it with the tag titles if you wanted to, which that would work in the scheme of things. Like, you start, like, you obviously got the pre-show match, so let's not even worry about that. We go to Pete Dunne Kushida, so you get one of the best matches of the night. You then have the gauntlet match, which brings it down a little bit, but it keeps you engaged because it's a gauntlet match. Then you get Volta Ciampa, which brings it straight back up again, and then you get the women's title match, which brings it back down again, but it's the women's title match, so you're still engaged. And then you get the triple threat tag team match. That would have been an excellent build top to bottom of the card. But yeah, I just think that Io doesn't deliver. Like, all of her matches are sort of like, she jumps off a high thing, which is cool, and she's not a bad wrestler, but I don't care about her matches, and the pacing is all wrong, and just gets a little bit boring, in my opinion. So yeah, 3 3/4 for the night. I'll do night 2, and then I'll give the entire thing a star rating. And speaking of night 2, let's kick it off with the pre-show match, which is a number 1 contenders match for the tag titles. Breezango versus Killian Dane and Drake Maverick. I got this one wrong. I picked Breezango. No, but it was a good match. 3 1/4 stars again. Really good match. Well, good match. Really fun. It was really fun. Maverick and Dane are just awesome together. Breezango are just awesome. Full stop. Yeah. Dane and Maverick won. They get a shot of MSK. So, yeah. We then kicked off the main show with another 4 1/4 star match. Because I'm not sure if this is as good as the other ones or not. But you get Santos Escobar versus Jordan Devlin in the interim tag team, interim cruiserweight championship. Not interim, undisputed NXT cruiserweight championship ladder match. Yeah, amazing match here. I got this one wrong as well, which was a surprise. Santos won. Yeah, there was interference from Legado and all that shit, so yeah. But no, it was a really good match. Yeah. We then went down a bit, like we should, and we got the women's tag title match, the NXT women's tag title match. The Way versus Ember and Shotzi, and Ember and Shotzi won. I got this one right, yay! I should also mention I did retain my belt at the end of night 1, so I walked into night 2 as champion. Yeah, it's not looking too good. I've just got my first point and we're 3 matches in. Yeah, Ember and Shotzi won. It was a good match. I'll give it 3 1/4 stars. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about it, really. It was to be expected. Like, I didn't think that Ember and Shotzi would lose their belts on their first defense. I know they took them from Raquel and Dakota on their first defense. But are you really going to do that to your belts? That sort of makes your belts a bit shit. But yeah, it was whatever. We then got the North American Championship match. Bronson Reed against Johnny Gargano. And Gargano won. Gargano had Theory with him. This was a good match. It was 3.5 stars. Bronson looked like a beast, which is good. I still think that they're keeping the belt on Gargano so that Lumis can take it. But yeah, no, it was really good. Gargano won. I had Reed because this is what screwed me. I had picked the winner of the gauntlet match, going, well, obviously Dexter Lumis is winning. You know, Dexter's winning, so yeah. And then Bronson won. And it actually made me believe that maybe Bronson will do this. I was there going, oh, he's probably going to do it, and then he lost. But it was really good, and the way Gargano won with multiple one final beats to put him down was just great. But yeah, now if you know what's on the card, you know, like, you're probably sitting there thinking, we just had the North American title match. We've already had the women's tag titles. We've had the cruiserweight title. We've had all these. What's left? The NXT title and the unsanctioned match. Oh shit, we got these two back to back. And oh shit, we got these two back to back. Indeed, because we do. It's the NXT title match next, because the unsanctioned match has to go on last. We get Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor, and Kross won. Right decision there, because Kross never lost the belt. He got injured and had to relinquish it. So, yeah, no, really good match this. Balor at multiple times looked like he could win. Eventually, Kross got pissed off and just killed him. So, yeah, Kross is now once again NXT champion. Funny thing, he has been NXT champion twice. And his reign isn't even he hasn't even held the belt for a week. So, yeah, that's funny. But yeah, no, really good match. I'll give it 4 stars. Actually, no, I'll give it 4 stars. We'll stick with 4 stars. Wasn't quite as good as the later match, I don't think. Just because in some parts it just sort of felt a little bit, when are they going to do the next big thing sort of thing, but yeah. Right, we'll move on to, obviously I got Kross right too in the predictions, not that it matters, because I've already lost. Really, it came down to this main event. If Adam Cole wins, then Kyle is able to tie, it's a 4-way tie for the belt. If Kyle O'Reilly wins, then Jack wins the belt. And we'll get to that in a second then. This match was just awesome. Probably, it was matches both nights. It was 4.5 stars. Easy. Probably, it's very close to a 5-star match in my opinion. I'll give it 4 3/4, just because it was a little bit long, but it was amazing. I got the prediction wrong. I picked Adam Cole. Kyle O'Reilly won. Jack's your new champion. That's amazing to me. I don't know how he did it. It's just weird. Jack walks into WrestleMania as champion. That's... what the hell? I don't know. Let's move on from the predictions. This match was really, really, really good. It was awesome. Lots of points made you think, oh, Kyle O'Reilly's going to win here. Nope, Adam Cole's going to win here. It was just, it was back and forth. There was chains, there was toolboxes, tools in it, chairs. There was just everything you can think of. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. because I don't believe there was ladders, I don't believe there was tables, but like they went through the stage, they just, yeah, it was awesome. Eventually Kyle O'Reilly won, and I guess Finn Balor and Adam Cole will go on for a feud, even though Adam Cole got carted off in a stretcher and everything. Both men got cut up, and just, yeah, it was awesome. So night 2 was definitely better than night 1 in terms of overall matches, I think. I think I'll give it 4 stars as the night. But as an entire show, I'm going to give NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver 4.5 stars as a show. Both nights included. It was just amazing. Definitely worth checking out both nights. Just watch every match. Hell, even go and watch the pre-show matches. They're a lot of fun to watch. Especially night 2's pre-show match. But yeah, just watch them. You won't be disappointed. It was just, yeah, an amazing night. Now, I'm not sure if I've told you this, but Thoughts and Review will be going on hiatus after WrestleMania. So we've got one more episode of this to go, and then it's going on hiatus. So yeah, tune into the WrestleMania one that will be coming out after WrestleMania. So yeah, give me a like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow the Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Links to those are in the description. And other than that, thanks for watching. Goodbye and good night.